Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live in Australia. Monster Jam drops shocking lineups. All of this and more is coming up on this week's edition of Monster Truck News. Starting off with the results for Monster Jam in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Show 1 saw Tyler Menninger win racing, freestyle, and the overall event championship, with Amanda Castro winning skills and Logan Ashline winning donuts. For Show 2, Tyler Menninger once again won all competitions except donuts, with Amanda Castro taking that win. The event was also notable for having Zach Jensen drive Earthshaker and Austin Minton drive Jurassic Attack. Monster Jam was also in Tampa, Florida, and Show 1 saw Weston Anderson and Gravedigger win all competitions bar time racing, with Tony Oaks and Thunderosaurus taking the time racing win. Show 2's results were exactly the same. Like Calgary, the event was notable for having John Zimmer Jr. getting to drive Just Get Her Done 2. For the Circle K Back to School Bash in Charlotte, North Carolina, qualifying was won by John Gordon and Bad Company, with Best Trick being won by Rockwell Red with Devin Winfield. Racing would go to Dalton Widener and Jurassic Attack, and Freestyle was won by Steve Sims and Stone Crusher. For the Renegade Monster Truck Tour in Gaithersburg, Maryland, Show 1 would see Stinger Unleashed with CJ Ratu win Best Trick and Racing, while Toxic with Preston Perez and Illuminator with Corey Snyder would tie for the Freestyle win. Show 2 would see CJ Ratu take Best Trick and the Freestyle win, and Greg Winchenbach in Crustacean win Racing. CJ Ratu gets a special mention for his absolutely insane freestyle run from the second show. For the United Kingdom Monster Truck Nationals at the Santa Pod Raceway in Wellingborough, United Kingdom, Swamp Thing with Tony Dixon would sweep the entire show. And for Monster Truck Throwdown in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, Show 1 would see Chris Kohler and Brutus take the Best Trick and Freestyle win, while Crew Behavior with Jared Vogel would win Racing. Show 2 would see Brutus with Chris Kohler sweep the entire show. Monster Jam has been busy adding lineups for the Q2 stops that will be taking place within the next few months. The following cities have had their lineups announced: Duluth, Hidalgo, Rosemont, Hampton, Glendale, Vancouver, Arlington, Houston, Nampa, and the Australian Tour. Starting off with the Australian Tour, since this was a story I meant to cover last week, the final 4 trucks will see the original 4 Marvel trucks make their way to Australia, which is pretty exciting, though I was partly hoping for a different lineup as what appears to be the Puerto Rico lineup, but I'm still very excited to see the new Marvel trucks in Australia. For the rest of the stops, I won't be mentioning the lineups for each, since these will be covered in future 5 of the Week segments on future news videos the closer they get to the weekend of them occurring. However, I did want to point out some very interesting things with these lineups. Most of the arenas have the same lineup, which features a very intriguing lineup that reminds me a lot of Arena Series Central from last year. The stadium lineups feature a majority of the same lineups, which includes the return of Brutus and Overboard, along with Zach Garner in Wildside. The reigning World Freestyle Champion Colt Stevens brings Thunderosaurus, which I'm pretty excited to see on there. Armando Castro, seemingly being promoted to the Stadium El Toro Loco driver, is incredibly interesting. The to-be-announced Monster Mutt Dalmatian driver is most likely Jamie Sullivan, though as with everything, this could change. Weston Anderson once again gets to drive in Glendale, this time behind the wheel of Gravedigger, and interestingly, this is his only stadium spot, as Adam Anderson will be driving Gravedigger in Arlington and Houston. However, the huge talking point is a very strange and kind of out of place spot in Glendale. What on God's green earth is Kurt Kramer doing in this lineup? Well, I guess we will have to find out come September 30th. What show are you most excited to see? Let us know in the comments down below. Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live has made a very surprising and honestly shocking announcement that they will be heading down under in 2024. The tour will make 4 stops at some of Australia's biggest arenas. The tour will start in Adelaide, South Australia on July 20th and 21st for 3 action-packed shows at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. Then heading on up to my hometown in Brisbane, Queensland on July 27th and 28th, also for 3 shows at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre. That will be followed by 3 shows in Sydney, New South Wales on August 3rd and 4th at the Kudos Bank Arena, and ending the tour in Melbourne, Victoria on August 10th and 11th only for 2 shows at Rod Laver Arena. This announcement is surprising mainly for one reason. In the last few years, Monster Truck Mania, an Australian monster truck promotion, have been hosting shows at many of these venues and locations and have sold very well, and will be returning to these venues in 2024 after many sellout shows on the tour this year. Hot Wheels bringing their tour down under is not only a huge deal for them as they continue to expand, but for the Australian monster truck scene in general. Most promoters down here don't really seem to be competing that much, since Monster Jam always hosts at large iconic Australian stadiums compared to that of Monster Truck Mania, which focuses exclusively on big arenas across the country, and other promoters focusing on smaller venues like showgrounds or speedways. With the announcement of Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Australian Tour, they will be directly competing with Monster Truck Mania, especially considering the tour is visiting all of these same venues as Monster Truck Mania. Regardless, I'm excited to see Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live expand, especially in my home country, and I will be at all of the Brisbane shows. Tickets have already gone on pre-sale, and the general public sale for my Australian viewers will be in just a few hours as the release of this video. Speaking of Hot Wheels, the tour always introduces new trucks to keep the tour fresh and exciting, and its newest addition is pretty interesting. Bringing the heat to future Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live events will be 5 Alarm, a fire truck themed monster truck with a striking red color scheme with flames adorning the sides. At this point in time, we do not know what the real-life counterpart will look like, nor what it will be replacing. So it'll be interesting to see what 5 Alarm looks like in the flesh. Edmonton, Alberta, Canada was not just an epic event. It also showed off an all-new design for Loud and Dirty. The truck debuted with an all-new Chevy body and a beautiful almost teal design, with the rust decal still being present. I have to say that this might be my favorite rendition of Loud and Dirty. The truck really pops, while still fitting very well with the theme of the truck. Look to see Perry Como's new Loud and Dirty at events near you. It's once again time for the Monster Truck 5 of the Week, where we get to showcase a multitude of shows and tours that are touring the globe. Monster Jam will only have a single show this weekend, that being in Los Angeles, California at Crypto.com Arena this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The show will feature Tyler Maniger in Gravedigger, Armando Castro in El Toro Loco, Ashley Sanford in Megalodon, Lindsay Reed in Scooby-Doo, Bailey Shea in Monster Mutt Dalmatian, David Olfer in Velociraptor, Paul Jensen in Jurassic Attack, and Mike Christensen in Vendetta. Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live will be having 2 shows this weekend, with one being in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and the other in Ontario, California. Philadelphia will be this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and will feature Bigfoot with Cody Smith, Bone Shaker with Cody Holman, Demo Derby with Taylor Holman, Gangsta with Eric Steinberg, Mega Rex with Mike Phelps, Race Ace with Clint Watson, and Tiger Shark with Bobby Holman. Ontario, California will feature Bigfoot with Rebecca Schnell, Bone Shaker with Ashton Jensen, Demo Derby with Rudy Martin Del Campo, Gangsta with Darren Schnell, Mega Rex with Caden Morris, Race Ace with Joe Cypher, and Tiger Shark with Jonathan Elkins. As of the recording of this video, once again, we do not know what 5 Alarm is replacing. Monster Truck Throwdown heads to Petoskey, Michigan this Thursday and Friday. and will feature Blockhead with Darren Basil, Dirt Crew with Jerry Beck, Maximus with Jack Brown, Reckless Driving with Jeremy Hosman, and Sinister with Athena Cazell. Versus Monster Trucks heads to Ransomville, New York this Friday and Saturday, and will feature Avenger with Jim Kohler, Axe with Jack Brown, Crustacean with Greg Winchenbach, Excavator with Gage Bursey, and Lumberjack with Zach Winchenbach. The Renegade Monster Truck Tour heads to Quarryville, Pennsylvania this Saturday, and will feature Illuminator with Corey Snyder, Jurassic Attack with Dalton Widener, a to-be-announced driver in Raminator, Rockwell Red with Devin Winfield, and Stinger Unleashed with CJ Ratu. The Alapatian Fair is hosting a monster truck event in Gray, Tennessee, with the first show happening yesterday and the final show happening today. The show will feature Black Stallion with Mike Vardas, Higher Education with Chris DeHoyes, Overkill Evolution with Mike Vardas II, Taurus with Daniel Danelli, and War Wizard with RJ Turner. And finally, KSR Motorsports heads to Essex Junction, Vermont this Sunday, and will feature Bad Habit with Joe Sylvester, Barefoot with Logan Tweedy, Killer B with Joe Jenkins, and USA 1 with Rodney Tweedy. And well, that is all we have for you today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon with some more Monster Truck content.